Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are tackling the absolute biggest enemy to your financial future. And here's the wild part. It's not a sudden market crash, and it's not some rogue trading algorithm. Nope. This enemy is actually living right inside your own head. We're going to look at how to totally curb those emotional decisions in a market that is constantly, aggressively demanding your attention. Picture this, right? You're just scrolling through your phone, minding your own business, and boom. You see a friend bragging about turning $500 into $5,000 in, 3 weeks? Immediately, your heart starts racing, and you literally can't help but ask yourself, wait, what if they're right? And then, the panic sets in. Social media just explodes with all these screenshots of everyday people seemingly getting rich overnight on some random coin or stock that you totally ignored yesterday. You start thinking, what if I miss this opportunity? It's a terrible feeling, right? You just feel completely left behind while everyone else seems to be winning the lottery. Well, that suffocating anxiety you're feeling, that is called FOMO, or the fear of missing out. It's this nagging, persistent fear that other people are benefiting from some massive opportunity while you're just stuck on the sidelines. And here's the thing. FOMO is literally designed by human psychology to strip away your logic and basically force you into making terrible, highly emotional financial mistakes. Okay, so here's our roadmap for today. 1. The anatomy of FOMO. 2. How hype manipulates markets. 3. Escaping common investment traps. 4. The rational investment framework. 5. Master your risk management. And finally, 6. Building long-term wealth. We're drawing our framework today directly from an awesome resource called Stop Losing Money on FOMO by War Library. It's a super comprehensive guide that just lays out the hard truths about protecting your capital in a totally hype-driven world. So we're going to extract its most powerful lessons for you right now. Section 1, The Anatomy of FOMO. Why we abandon logic for emotion. So you got to understand, we are biologically wired to follow the herd, right? It kept our ancestors alive. But in the financial markets, it causes what we call the moon coin illusion. Think about it. When a totally unknown penny asset suddenly hits $1 overnight, scarcity and greed basically hijack your brain. All your critical thinking just vanishes. Panic buying kicks in, and people blindly buy in at the absolute top of the market. Section 2, How Hype Manipulates Markets. The Psychology of Crowd Behavior. It's fascinating to see just how predictably crowds behave. It's actually a deeply structured cycle. It starts with optimism, builds up to excitement, and then peaks at euphoria. And man, euphoria is that incredibly dangerous feeling of total invincibility. But here's the catch. If you buy during that euphoria stage, you're practically guaranteeing that you'll be trapped in the panic and despair stages that inevitably follow every single time. That contrast actually exposes a massive human vulnerability. Just compare a dry statistic, like this investment increased by 300%, against an emotional story, like a university student invested $1,000 and totally paid off his education after earning huge profits. Our brains naturally, almost instantly gravitate toward the story. And that exact preference for narrative over hard numbers, that is precisely what unethical promoters exploit. Consider this golden rule. The market does not care about your feelings, but your feelings can cost you money. It really captures the brutal reality of investing. Reacting impulsively to a red or green chart instead of relying on actual facts, that will systematically destroy your portfolio. Section 3. Escaping common investment traps. Spotting the illusions designed to steal your money. All right, there are some classic warning signs you absolutely have to watch out for. We're talking about the next Bitcoin myth, claims of guaranteed profits, or any kind of fear-based urgency demanding that you act right now. Honestly, if you see an influencer pushing returns with a ticking clock, your internal alarm bells should be screaming. Legitimate, solid opportunities simply do not require you to abandon your common sense. Section 4. The Rational Investment Framework. Logic over emotion. These steps become your ultimate filter. Before you invest a single dollar, you need to confidently answer these. 1. Understand the asset's real value. 2. Actually research the team behind it. 3. Evaluate the actual market demand. Only then do you move to step 4, assessing the risks. And 5, creating a rock-solid exit plan. Checking these boxes, it totally removes the hype from your decision-making equation. And hey, if you are ever in doubt, just rely on the 24-hour rule. Whenever you feel that intense, heart-racing excitement about some supposedly once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, Literally force yourself to step away for exactly 24 hours. Seriously, you would be amazed at how many incredible investments look absolutely terrible in the cold, rational light of the next day. This leads us to a massive paradigm shift. Making money is important. Keeping money is even more important. Think about that. Your primary job as an investor isn't actually to get rich quick. It's just to survive. Because, well, you can't stay in the game if you lose all your chips on a single bad hand, right?
Section 5. Master your risk management. The seatbelt of investing.
Real professional investors survive because they follow incredibly strict boundaries. Never invest money you cannot afford to lose. Build an emergency fund first. Diversify across different assets. Control your position sizes. Completely avoid dangerous leverage, and learn how to accept small losses gracefully. Adhering to this exact checklist builds a completely unbreakable financial shield against those catastrophic emotional mistakes. Section 6. Building long-term wealth. Shift your paradigm. Ultimately, it all comes down to two very different mindsets. The gambler is always asking, how quickly can this make me money? But the owner asks, will this create value over time? Gamblers just react to the daily noise, and eventually, they lose it all to the house. Owners, on the other hand, calmly leverage the immense power of compounding to secure their actual financial freedom. So I want to leave you with this final, really provocative question to ask yourself the very next time FOMO strikes. Will this decision help me build wealth over the next 10 years? Are you acting out of temporary panic, or are you actually making a rational choice for your future? Keep this question front and center, stay disciplined, and you will finally stop losing money to FOMO. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.